Hello, hello, welcome back. This tribute pack this week is so much fun. It is inspired by the SmartLess podcast, hosted by a few favorite comedians, Jason Bateman, Sean Hayes, and Will Arnett. I'm so excited to show you this one. Let's dive in and let's go take a sneak peek around their Instagram feed and draw a little inspiration before we dive into the good stuff. Okay, it is obvious right off the bat that they get some pretty well-known household names on this podcast. We've got a lot of comedians that are well-known from some of our all-time favorite movies on here. Now, even though they're using faces that are easily recognizable, there's still a lot that we can draw from this. We really love how bold these designs are, how they are fixated on the guests and letting them draw attention as people are scrolling through their feeds. So let's poke around at a couple of these posts and draw a little inspiration. Now, loading up this first one, Ben Stiller, you can see that they have used his image. They've got his name in there. They've also got the episode number, which is really important if you are doing some kind of podcast. That way people know what they're looking for if you host it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever it may be. And then they're utilizing their caption space, which is highly, highly recommended, so that they can give a little bit of a teaser about what they might be talking about on the podcast. And then what is very, very important is to end the caption with a call to action, letting people know where they can go to either get more information, where they can listen to the podcast, if you're hosting some kind of event, where they can get tickets, where they can book their seats. Anything along those lines is going to be very key to have in this caption space. Also scrolling down, we've got some really good imagery for an upcoming tour that they're using. You can tell the images are really eye-catching. They use some fun colors. They've got all of the important details really clearly laid out. I also love that they're using a little bit of scarcity on the side here so that they're showing that there are actually already some shows that are sold out, which is going to motivate people to go and get their tickets ASAP who don't want to miss out. And again, they've got more information about where to grab the tickets in the actual caption. So this is definitely some important details and some angles that you can play on when you're utilizing this template pack in your own feed. Now, let's dive in and let's talk a little bit more about the actual tribute pack that we've created for you. So who is this template pack best suited for? I will say this template pack isn't necessarily suited for any particular person in any particular field. It's more of a specific use template pack, meaning we've designed everything for promoting either your podcast, maybe you've got an upcoming YouTube video or a YouTube live that you're hosting, a digital training such as a webinar, or even some event promotion. If you are a musician, comedian, speaker, someone who is going on tour dates that needs to get their information out there, this template pack is going to work really well for those specific promotional purposes. With that said, let me show you how to customize this template pack to work for you. Now, all of the designs in this pack are going to be really easy for you to customize and get in here and get in really quickly and get everything the way you want. So let's go through it. Now, this first one is obviously going to be really good for promoting a particular guest speaker you may have. It may even be good for promoting yourself on something as well. All you want to do is swap out the image. And surprise, surprise, we're about to use my all-time favorite feature. If I can find a photo, that is. Leave me 1 second here. So getting in, grab whatever image you want, edit the image, use our very favorite background remover. And that's all you're going to do to add yourself into this one. And then, of course, you're going to want to update the name. So putting your first name, last name, highlight it with the colors. It really helps play on the overall design of it. And then make sure you're editing the episode number if that's relevant to you. You may also want to completely delete this section and add your logo. Now, in the caption for this, make sure that you are adding extra descriptors, a little bit of teasers. So if, for example, you are hosting a guest speaker, as you saw with the actual inspiration from the SmartLess podcast feed, they gave more information about what the person would be talking about. You definitely want to do that, and then end it off with a call to action on where people can either watch the episode, sign up for the episode, whatever that may be. This is also a really good way if you're hosting an event, for example, to start to highlight some of the panel that you might have speaking at your event. So that works really well. So we're going to position this backward. And now that we've got the picture tucked in behind the dots, it looks a lot cleaner. You can also adjust the colors on these to be whatever your brand may be. Now, I want to show you guys something really cool that can help you catch a little bit more attention and actually turn these images into a video It's super easy to do. So all you're going to do is click on the animate button up here. And then for this one, it makes sense to do the rise. You can adjust the speed of it depending on how quickly you want that to happen, right? And then all you're going to do is when you go to download, make sure when you click share, download, you're downloading it as an MP4. That's going to download it into a video format, and then you can upload it as video onto your Facebook page, Instagram, whatever that may be. So that's a really nifty little trick if you want to utilize posting video instead of just a still image. This next template design is going to be really good if you are promoting tour dates or if you have maybe an ongoing digital webinar series, something like that. One thing that I would definitely recommend, as we saw from the actual SmartLess Instagram feed, was how they utilize scarcity here. So you may want to put something like only 2 seats left, right? If that's, obviously this needs to be accurate, but you could even put limited seats left, anything like that, just to get people to move. And then what you'll want to do is adjust to make sure that it fits there. But that little bit of scarcity can be what people need just to light the fire under their butt and get them moving. Now, as far as updating the actual design, definitely play around with the fonts, make sure that they are on brand with you. For images, you just want to go in and you can simply drag and drop whoever that may be. So let's say we want to delete these ones. We're going to go in where you're going to remove the background. And once that background's removed, we're going to go ahead and actually add on a filter. So that way we match the black and white. It just blends into the image design a little bit better. So we can go here with the grayscale. And then the next thing we're going to want to do is actually position it backward behind the rainbow border there. And we'll fit her in nicely just like that. Right? And then you can move your text around if you need to. So again, these designs are super easy for you to just quickly put up a promotion. The big thing with this one, like I said, make sure you utilize that little bit of scarcity. That's a really important feature of this overall design, and it's really going to help you, light a fire under everyone's butts, as I said, and get them moving. So as you can see, this design here is going to be very similar to the first one. Again, you can play around with that animation feature if you want to switch from just being a still image into utilizing the power of video when you post on Facebook or Instagram. You can definitely do that with this design as well. And then you've got another one here if you just want to advertise a single date versus an actual tour of dates, as you saw in the previous example. And again, a slightly different design to advertise a guest speaker or something like that. Now, if you wanted to, you could always use these to spotlight somebody, maybe somebody that you admire in your industry. Maybe you want to spotlight an employee that's been working for you that just had a really good achievement. Maybe you have a customer testimonial you'd like to feature. That's another way that you can actually utilize these particular designs that are outside of, the promoting an event, webinar, whatever it may be that we've been talking about. So definitely some versatility with these, but they do serve a very specific purpose. So you're going to want to use this template pack and sprinkle it in your feed among some of the other template packs that we've shown you for different types of content. And that brings us to the end of another tribute pack. This one is, as I said, a really good one to sprinkle in. You're getting more access to all these different template packs, so you have a ton of different ways that you can utilize the content for your feed and keep everything fresh. And of course, you're always going to want to continue to stay fresh. So with that said, make sure that you are signed up for the text alerts. You don't want to miss any content drops. And more importantly, you don't want to miss any surprise content drops. Those surprise content drops only are up for 48 hours. If you miss them, you miss them. Don't let that happen. That's going to suck. So sign up for the text alerts, and then I will see you guys in the next video.